Hello YouTube, another VHS update today, second one of the month I think. I'm pretty sure it's the second one of the month, I'm not sure on that. But yeah, I've got 12 new tapes, 12 new tapes that I've got today and yesterday. I'm appearing on camera today, just for a difference. I'm not wearing a mask or anything because I don't have one, but I'm living life dangerously, being the only VHS related YouTuber not to cover my bloody face up. But I will be going through these tapes standard. I'll hold them in front of the camera, I'll show you all the stuff. So it's normal stuff, just a bit different because I'm on camera. And I've got a bit of a soundtrack as well, which I'll add just to lighten the mood. First tape that I've got, if I start the music up, I don't know whether you can hear that, but there's music playing in the background, don't be creeped out by that. First up is Robocop Alpha Commando, which is the cartoon TV series. This is an NGN UA release from 2001, I think. You can see there, and this is quite a good series. It's obviously nowhere near as good as the film or the second sequel, but it's much better than the live action TV series. Don't bother watching that. Next up, fairly obscure cartoon, but I remember from my childhood, Alpha J Quack, which I remember was on one of the shitty Sky channels when I was a kid. And this is a budget release by Pegasus Video from 1999 or 2000, can't remember which one. But it's a good thing to have, nice theme tune, at least even if the cartoon's a bit shit. Next up, comedy film, which I like, no one else seems to like, Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg. I think this is a very funny film, I remember watching it as a kid. It's the original release, but not the original printing. It's sort of late 90s release. It was originally released in 1993. Next up, we have another British well, not another British comedy, but it's a British comedy that not many people have heard of. Well, people have heard of it, but not many people have seen it, and I quite like it. Bend It Like Beckham, which I remember watching as a kid as well. So I've always thought it's quite a funny film. There's a Helicon SK tape, which is a company that later became Red Bus, and now it's called Lionsgate UK. That's a good film, I'd recommend it, even if you're not interested in football. I couldn't give a shit about any sports and I quite like it. So next up, quite an interesting one, Sword of Vengeance on the Warrior label, which is a label of Art Magic Limited, or another budget company. This is one of the 3 films that were edited into Shogun Assassin in the early 80s. I've seen Shogun Assassin, which is a very good film, definitely watched that. I haven't actually seen this yet, which is the unedited middle section of it. So I'm looking forward to watching this. Comes with a nice sort of red sort of tape spine on the Warrior label again. Next up, tape that you see everywhere, you've definitely seen a copy of this. It's probably the most common tape that ever existed. Pretty Woman on Touchstone Home Video, finally broke down and got a copy since that as well. And this is again a later printing. The original one would have had a completely different sort of label. That's the one, I couldn't even remember what it was called then. This is a printing from 1998 and the original was released in 1991 I think. This is a film that I absolutely love, one of my favourites, and I've already got a copy of this, shown in one of my last updates, but this is the original retail release, not the reprint from later. This is Dragonheart on the CIC Video label. Very, very good film. If you haven't seen this, you really should. This is tape from 1997, I think. You can tell that because it's got a weird sort of universal picture on it instead of the normal print logo. It's got that, which I didn't use for long. And the final retail tape that I've got is Lady in the Tramp 2 Scamp's Adventure, Disney direct-to-video sequel of course. One of the better ones, not one. I've quite liked this film, it's not as good as the original obviously. I haven't seen it in a few years, but I remember liking it. Now we got onto the 4 rental tapes that I've got. First one is not a very good film at all, but it is quite a good tape to have just for Star Wars value. It's episode 1 The Phantom Menace, which is again probably the worst of the Star Wars films quite easily. But it's a good tape to have, good to have the rental, hologram and all the info stuff about certification. I didn't pay £7.99 for it, I paid 20p. Next up we have Traffic, a very good film on Entertainment and Video, which is a tape from 2001, I think, pretty sure it is. Next up we have, this is actually a pre-cert release, but it's a later reprinting of a pre-cert. It's a Stripes with Bill Murray on the RC Columbia label. You can see they've got like 15 stickers all sort of stuck on all over the place. But this is actually, it comes in a pre-sale box, but it's a later reprint because it's got a later sort of RC Columbia label design. It's got the older design on the side for some reason, and it's got all the embossing and stuff. So it's a shame that's not the first release, but it is quite a good thing to have anyway. And finally, we have a film that I quite like, very underrated film, Peter's Friends on Entertainment and Video. This is a Kenneth Branagh film with Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie in it as well, so it's a very good film if you haven't seen it. It's shown on telly occasionally, would recommend it, and it's got quite a good tape, got a good opening to it as well. So that's all the VHS tapes that I've got. A bit of a rushed update because I'm quite hungry and I want to eat food, so I haven't gone into as much detail as I normally do. But yeah, see you next time, whenever that is, probably next week when I get a few more videos, but I'll see you then.